today I was talking about emitima gyaffe okuwummula. The Bible says in Philippians 4:6 that don't be anxious. Don't be anxious for anything, but in prayer with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto God. Katonda akumanyi n'okusinga bw'omanyi, amanyi ky'oyagala, amanyi ky'oyayanira. Naye agamba mu biro ebituufu, kubanga ye amanyi ebiro ebituufu. Maybe my child could want to eat food, but nze abamanyi ebiro ebituufu mwalina okuliira. Yeah? Not because, they want to eat nti njamuwa ebyo biyinza omutugira bwere, you get it? I know when they are going to start eating bony meat. I know when they're going to start, they're going to be introduced to this. Now, if we human beings can know that there's a time for this and this, yeah, then God knows the perfect time for you, child of God. He knows, yes, you've been crying, but he says everything has a time. Like he tells us in Ecclesiastes 3, a time to laugh. Your morning is coming, definitely. You shall forever not live in crying and, sorrow and, having sorrowful days. He knows. So, ndabi amatunga bagwa mama, ninaga maze mukama ngena muvako, I want to live salvation, I want to draw back, bichi, God is not answering me. And I was telling us that Abraham had to wait for 25 years. He has to do it. But in his time, so he tells Abraham that you are going to have a heir, one who's going to take after you. But Abraham had to wait 25 years. 25 years. Hannah waited, but did it come to pass? Definitely it did. He was promised the Israelites that I will deliver you. And when the time was right, he delivered them. So I want to encourage you today, child of God. Once you know that the Lord spoke, that you shall get married, you shall have children, you shall go to Canada, Joyce Ngokuyaya, Niroba, London, or USA, whatever. Wait on him. Because papa, when I usually tell people, imagine you are rushing, to get to a certain point, but you don't even know what's there. Or you're even rushing. Chances are that you are bound to have an accident. Make mistakes in life that you are going to regret later. I once boarded a border with a guy, and while we were going, so I was late, and I suggested, can we increase on the speed? Then he tells me, no, I'm not going to increase. I told him why. He told me, you know what? Better to move slowly and get there safely than to ride faster and not get there. So he tells me a story of his friend who was about to be amputated, and also the one they were riding that ended up dying. So he gives me the story that they were going to the airport, the person was late, he tells him rush, the guy started rushing the border, and they didn't even make it to the airport. They got an accident, and the one who was supposed to go to the airport died. The border guy was still in hospital, so he was going to be amputated. Now he tells me, now you can imagine, if they had moved slowly at a good pace, they would have gotten to the airport. Even if they missed the flight, at least you can pay and still travel. But when you're dead, you can't do that. That thing taught me something. It hit so hard. Ningamba, that's how we should be careful. You're rushing to enter that relationship or that marriage. Yeah, you're saying, but once you get in there, and it's toxic, you realize why God was telling you wait. Yeah? Once you rush to do that business, yeah, you will realize if it collapses or crumbles, why God was telling you wait. Yeah? Maybe you want to have a child and God is saying your womb is not yet clean. I know the right time, let me first cleanse it. Because you're bound to have a child who's going to be like deformed, and forever you're going to cry, looking at your child helpless, with no money anyway to take medication. He knows the perfect time to give you what he wants to give you. Hannah cried, but did it mean that Hannah wasn't going to get a child? She did get a child when the time was right. So let's learn to move on the timing of God. Let's learn to obey. If he tells you, I shall do it, he will do it. There's nothing that catches him by surprise. Remember, he says, I knitted you in Jeremiah 1:5. I knitted you. He knows you. He put you together, in other words. So he knows everything about you and everything that concerns you. And one thing I know is that God is too good and too faithful. There's nothing good that he will withhold from you. It's only the timing. Wait. Maybe he's teaching you how to be patient. He's teaching you how to be kind. He's teaching you how to learn to depend on him. He's teaching you how to fight. He's teaching you. But at the end of the day, he will fulfill whatever he spoke about your life. Be still, and you shall know that he's God.